What is going on, moms and dads? You are listening to the latest episode of the Fade You podcast, recording on Wednesday afternoon, June the 14th. Fade You podcast is the sports betting show for the everyday bettor, whether you're a total degen. And if you're a total degen, I don't know what you're going to bet on all summer, but you'll find something. Or if you're just looking for a little action, we're glad you're here checking out our show. Whether you knew or have been with us for a while, thank you for tuning in. Dads, welcome. Matthew James here with Kmart and with Joe. No Chris Duke today. Chris Duke, as of 2 minutes ago, is getting a referral to the urologist. That is what he wanted to pass on to the listeners.
Damn. Okay.
So
maybe he's getting his pipes cleaned out or changed. That'd be fucking crazy. Maybe he's going to be referred to as she going forward.
That'll be another show, another day, I think, with Chris. We'll have to get the update. So, Kmart, how you doing?
I'm a little concerned about Duke's pee-pee right now. Other than that, I'm doing pretty good. June 14th, the first official day of baseball diarrhea until we get some football. So excited for that.
Happy, speaking of June 14th, happy Flag Day, everybody. Right?
Oh, yeah, saw that.
What flag?
Yeah.
The American flag?
I think we still use that one.
Yeah, there was a couple different
Sometimes.
weird-looking ones on the White House the other day. I was kind of confused.
Yeah. Who really knows anymore? But hey, Chris Duke, it's one thing after another with that guy, right, Joe?
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
All the time. So, all right. Not too much to our show today. It's been a few weeks since we did a pod. I think it was May 31st, the day before our June Survivor competition started, that Chris and I did a quick one. So we're going to touch on the end of the NBA season today, the end of the National Hockey League season today, since those two championship series wrapped up over the last couple days. The U.S. Open starts tomorrow in golf, which is something that all the dads are looking forward to. And then we will update the June Survivor competition at the end of the show. We got 2 participants left, and it's been actually really fun to keep track of and follow. So before we get to that, thanks to everybody who participated. It was a good time. So, so the Denver Nuggets win the NBA Finals, and the Las Vegas Golden Knights win the Stanley Cup. Does anyone care?
Nope.
Basketball, no. Hockey, very, very upset. It just sucks.
I didn't watch a
Joe,
minute of either final.
I mean, I don't know that you really missed out, Kyle. I don't
think anybody else did either. It was like the lowest rated one in 20 years.
Entire series. Like, I just didn't give a shit. Like,
I thought the ratings for the NBA Finals were doing okay. They were doing decent. I don't think the Stanley Cup Final was rated real well. But
yeah,
I think
wrong. If you compare it within the last 5 years, it was decent. But man, if you compare it to like the height of the NBA, I mean, viewership's down in the NBA.
Right.
I mean, even me, like whether the Lakers were in it or not, I used to always watch. Like I take it back. I watched the last 2.5 minutes of Game 5 just because I was like, well, Denver's never won. It'd be kind of cool to actually see it happen, I guess. So that's all I tuned in. Like,
this would be a good trivia question. When is the last year that both the NBA and NHL champions were first time ever winners? Both.
Has it ever happened?
Yeah.
Has it never happened?
I don't know.
First year.
Yeah. I mean, Denver, the Nuggets Kyle, how long have the Nuggets been in the NBA? Since like the 70s, right?
Yeah. I mean, if you think about it, I mean, for a while there, the Lakers and Celtics had over half of the championships. So, I mean, that's a good trivia question.
Yeah, I wonder if that's happened. Because I wonder if, like, when did the Spurs win their first one? Like 90?
Yeah, Golden State.
Oh, yeah. I guess that was the Warriors' first championship. Wow.
In the Clippers? Oh, wait.
Oh, you had to. That's a low blow. That's a low blow to Clipper Nation.
Yeah, all 3 of you fans are upset right now.
Who has more fans, the Clippers or the Golden Knights?
Golden Knights.
Golden Knights for sure.
Not even close. That's one thing, dude. You go to Vegas, those motherfuckers don't fuck around. They sell that shit out, and they're passionate for sure. It's just fuck that team.
We'll get to that in a second.
Bitches.
So on the NBA, though, isn't there? Joe, and you are not an NBA guy, but isn't there something epic about Jokic that the dad just wants to go ride his horses in Serbia? Like, he doesn't even like basketball. It's a job, and he's good at it. And all he wants to do is go home to Serbia and ride his horses. Isn't there something kind of cool about that?
Yeah, it's amazing. Like it made me like him even more. I saw some stat too. Like I think it was. Skip Bayless said something today or yesterday that Embiid is, way more intimidating. I think is the word he used than Jokic. Like, yeah, you're right. He's just not as skilled, which makes him not as good of a basketball player. Like, it's fine. But like the whole intimidation is like, yeah, Jokic isn't intimidating. Like, he's a big soft teddy bear, but he's skilled as fuck. Like, I mean, watching that whole Lakers series, it's like
you could take a picture of Jokic and show fucking 99.9% of the population that have no fucking idea who he is.
Yeah,
no fucking idea.
It's
amazing. Again, nobody gives a fuck. Basketball's stupid.
I don't know, man. Jokic. I just love seeing the picture of chubby, 11-year-old Jokic.
That's great.
It's just he's so different than almost every other like big star in the NBA, right? He's super humble. He's totally about the team. He's going to tell his agent, like, I don't even care what they pay me. Just get an extension done. I don't even care what the money. I don't need to be the highest paid guy on the team. I don't need to be the highest paid center in the NBA. And in a sport where a lot of guys are just all about themselves, it's kind of refreshing. And it does make me come around. I don't know. Like, if it was just the Lakers winning another one or the Warriors winning another one, it's like same old. But I'm not the biggest NBA guy either. But it's kind of cool that the Nuggets got one with a guy like that that's very easy to get behind.
I mean, I'm not arguing that, but I just didn't care to watch the series. But like, I'm happy for Denver. Like, it's nice they finally won one. Like, it's nice. I like Jokic. I like Murray. Like a lot of the guys they have on their team. To me, the series wasn't enticing because you knew Denver was gonna probably sweep. Okay, Miami stole one. Good for them. But the series was exactly what I thought it was. It had no meaning to me to watch. Like. Yeah. It were good spot bets. Like, I think I was 3 or 4-0 betting the series because it was easy spot bets. But other than that, I didn't care to watch. I didn't need to see anything. I'd already seen, everything all season long and in the playoffs up to that point.
Yeah, you saw the Nuggets up close and personal sweep your Lakers.
Yeah. Lakers could have won 3 in a row, and then Jokic said, "No, I'm gonna take this ball behind my head, shoot it, and make it in 2 different games to put a dagger in your ass."
I do agree with you, though. The series kind of had no spice to it. Like, and it's weird that this happened in both sports where you had coincidentally, they both were from Florida.
Who gives a fuck? Like,
well, and it's the lowest seed.
Else, I probably would have watched, but I didn't like Vegas. Like, yeah, I mean, you guys hate them way more than I do, but like, to me, it would have still been intriguing. But it's like, I don't care about the Panthers. Like, you kind of knew that same thing. It's like they ran their ship. Like,
yeah.
There's just no comparison.
And it's just crazy that both sports had the lowest, kind of weakest, I guess, team in the playoffs get all the way. And it kind of made the championship series be a little bit less than what they could have been the way it turned out. I mean, both of them sort of like reverted back to a pumpkin, right? I mean, they both got smoked other than...
It seems like a similar argument we had after college basketball too with UConn. It's like, did they actually have a tough schedule? Like, did they just, what kind of happened? And it's similar. And I mean, you have the same thing with Denver right now. It's like, who did they really play? Phoenix, a 4 seed? They got stuck. The Lakers were a 7, but obviously playing way better than that at the time. But, there's that argument. And I thought they were the best team in the league this year. So I have no qualms on it. But Vegas, like...
All right, let's talk about it. It's upsetting deeply. I mean, Joe, you and I were texting about this last night, and I will admit it's purely out of envy and jealousy. That it is that simple.
Oh, for sure.
And so if you want to just call me bitter, I mean, you're right. It's true. But fuck, man. I mean, these guys show up and they're champions within 6 years. It's insane. I mean, what do you want to say, Joe?
I think one cool thing I will say, though, I will admit, is the owner saying, they're like, when he got the team, they asked him, like, what are your goals? He said playoffs in 3, cup in 6, and here they are. Fucking almost won at year 1, and now they won at year 6. It's like, yeah, dude, it's just, I feel exactly the same. It's just bitter jealousy, fucking hatred for, like, yeah, it's not cool. My buddy, I wish I would record my buddy Kyle. He went on like a huge rant when we were on our way to the NASCAR race on Sunday about the Golden Knights and how pissed off he was with their captain being out all season and then magically comes back for the playoffs. Doesn't account against the fucking salary cap, all that bullshit. Yeah. And dude, it was pretty epic rant. And like he said, who the Golden Knights are going to play the first night. It's going to be the Sharks when that fucking banner comes down and we get to just cry watching that fucking thing.
Yeah. Two things. One, I agree with you. You got it. I mean, there's a lot of bad ownership in sports, right? I mean, you were tweeting about the A's last night, Joe. Like, there's a lot of really shitty ownership in sports that drag their teams down, and there's a lot of teams that just have no chance because they're run poorly. So you do have to give the Golden Knights credit for having the right owner, the right management. They went for it. They were super aggressive. They were ruthless at times, and it totally paid off. They got it done. But
cocksuckers.
As someone who watched my team make it really for 17 years there, Joe, it was like every year but 2.
Yep.
So to watch your team get in every time and fail every time and has never won before, and to see this, it's tough to swallow. It really is. I mean,
like, for viewership, like, Matt probably loves the Sharks, like I love the Niners, and after the Penguins, got the Sharks. Like, I don't think I've ever seen Matt like just so.
It was crushing.
Yeah, I mean, like, I remember after the Niners lost the Super Bowl, I literally just fell down to the ground and just like held a pillow or something. And I'm pretty sure Matt, I don't think he fell down, but I'm pretty sure he was sitting there holding a pillow while, Todd and I went to Mama's, and you're just like,
I couldn't even go. I couldn't go. I was like, I need to be alone.
Like, it was.
Hey, Joe probably felt the same way.
Don't forget how we feel about fandom.
Yeah, maybe Chris was right all along. It's not worth it. It's not worth it until you win, and then it's like, this is the best thing ever. I mean, in Kmart, the only difference is, like, for the Niners, at least you can fall back on, okay, we won all those. We won when you were a kid, right? And they had all those titles from the 80s. But God, Joe, you said it when we were texting, like, how many fan bases is it actually worse for? I mean, the Sharks, that you can't fall back on, like, okay, we got that one time, and they don't even have that. Nope. So
they got a President's Cup.
I mean, Joe, they may go our whole lives and never win. That's on the table.
And be perpetually good, which was that's what's crazy. Like, they were perpetually good.
That's why I said, okay, maybe the only ones that are worse are Arizona and Columbus.
Best case scenario, 2 to 3 years.
Yeah, that seems best case for sure.
Best case.
Yeah.
Well, and that's why there's so much resentment against Vegas, is because unlike literally every other expansion team in the history of the league, they had the benefit of the clean slate of the salary cap. Like, I bet you, of the 32 teams in the league, I bet you 25 would say, clear the whole cap and we'll start over. I bet 25 out of 31 other teams would say yes to that. Because when you're crippled with bad contracts, and that's the cost of being good, right? You have to overpay guys, you don't have as many young guys in your system. So that's why there's so much resentment against Vegas, is because they just were given this clean slate and they executed it perfectly. I mean, it's tough, man.
I saw someone like say something about Vegas was given this, and they like posted their team from their first year. They're like, no, like nobody on this roster is even in the league now. It's like, that's not the point. Like, you were
given, not the point.
Like, it's not the players, but you're still given decent players at that point where you could make trades and acquisitions and do shit and move money. It's like, it's not about talent on paper. Like,
100% correct.
To me, it was just like, this guy doesn't get it.
Year 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're not winning a cup out of nowhere, most likely.
Yeah.
Which they should have been dog shit, but they weren't. It's fucking crazy.
There's good E60 that they just did about the Mighty Ducks when the Ducks became a team, and they showed some of the stuff from the Ducks expansion draft in 1994. Horrible. They were fourth liners, backups. I mean, they were terrible. I mean, I think the Sharks expansion team in 91 set the record for worst season of all time, least points. That's how it used to be. You used to have to kind of earn your way into the league. And then the NHL decided, you know what? We actually don't want expansion teams to suck. And they totally changed the rules and made it really good for them. Like, look at the Arizona Coyotes now. That's what Vegas would have been if they had old expansion rules.
Yeah.
They'd be withering away in Arizona where no one cares. And instead, you got what you saw last night. So good for them. Most other fans,
I am
they had to do it because,
dude, I am fucking praying that they don't do the goddamn the celebration next week, because I'm in Vegas Monday to Wednesday.
It's on Saturday.
I think you're okay, Joe. It's
on Saturday. Thank fucking God.
It's Saturday.
I did not want to deal with that bullshit.
But like, if you think about like how they were gifted, or however you want to word it, it's like, of course they were. Like, for how, like, our entire childhood and even young adult life is like, you could never have a professional team in Vegas for blah 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 blah. So then when they finally are like, okay, this is how it's going to happen.
Yeah, they couldn't.
Of course, you don't want them to suck, because like, you want them to be good, because it's going to drive more dumbasses to go spend more money and lose more money gambling. So of course they're given this, because you're literally in the sports betting mecca of the world. Like,
well, the funny thing about that,
it makes sense, like how it happened. Like, I'm not calling any conspiracy theory here, even though I love that shit. But like, it's just like, of course, you know, this is happening, you know, this way.
Well, the funny thing about that, though, is that it actually backfired, because everybody locally was betting on them and hammering them, and they were winning and they were good. So,
yeah, but then those people take it, you know, still to the restaurants, blah blah blah.
You're right.
To the craps table where they lose it. So I mean, they might have been winning at sports betting, but you know, they're going to then lose it at blackjack, craps, whatever.
On the other hand, the Raiders, people are just betting on them and losing because they're dog shit.
No, they're not, because everybody flies in and there's fucking more opponents there than Raiders. So
yeah, that's true. But local fans in Vegas betting on the Raiders, maybe don't bet on the Raiders a lot. Chris Duke will be betting on the Raiders a lot this year, Mr. Hammer Poop. But anyway, yeah, Golden Knights Stanley Cup champs.
Lose, man.
Yeah. I mean, we talk about it being bad for Sharks fans. There's teams. How about the Vancouver Canucks that have been in the league 20 years longer than the Sharks and have never won dick? The closest the closest the Canucks got was Game 7 of the final on their home ice, and they lost and almost burned the city to the ground. So
they were so good for fucking.
How do you think they feel? The Twins, the Sedins, Kyle, the Swedes,
so good, dude.
Yeah, they were unreal. So, all right. Well, that's it. For anything else on NBA or NHL?
Good riddance. See you next year.
All right. Let's go. Let's go into the U.S. Open. So, Joe, you are lucky enough. You're going to be there at LACC tomorrow. So, opening round on Thursday. What are the details? When are you going? Who are you going to see? And what are you looking for at the course?
Yeah. So one of my buddies is a superintendent out in 1,000 Oaks, so he got some tickets with a couple of their superintendents, and they had an extra one, so they invited me. Gonna get there probably around 8. I parked across the street, so probably get in by the time I think the ROM group tees off at like 8:45 or something like that. So probably follow that group. Whoever else looks fun. I think DJ's in that group too, or DJ tees off early as well. So I would love to follow some live golfers. But just kind of a bummer that the Brooks group with Rory doesn't tee off till like almost 2 p.m. So that sucks. But
what would you yell at Rory if you could be there?
What would I yell at him?
What would you yell at Rory? Because I know how you feel about Rory.
Suck my dick. I don't know. I don't like pretentious dickhead. I don't know. I don't know what I would yell at him, to be honest with you. Be like, be like, I don't know, dude. What's a good chirp for Rory? Like, hey, live money, motherfucker. You know, missed out on half a bill.
Yeah, his ask him if he's met with His Excellency yet.
Oh fuck yeah, dude! I'm
That's
stoked,
gonna be
man.
sick though.
Oh, for sure. These guys will know where to go on this course. A lot of them done maintenance for it, so they know where the good spots will be, dude. I'm really, really fucking excited. I just put this plan together like 2 hours ago. So
because I'm off work this week, so I've been watching a lot of Golf Channel. I think the 2 holes that are getting a lot of buzz, and I don't know which holes they are, but the long par 3, right? The one that's 290. You got to go park at that hole and see what guys are doing.
Oh yeah.
And then the drivable par 4 as well.
Yep.
Those 2, I'm highly interested. And then there's a short little par 3 too that's supposed to be kind of diabolical. Like even though it's
like
short,
80 yards,
it's going to be
you can
tough.
play 80 yards.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. What's crazy too is I was just looking at Golf Channel right now. The last 3 holes are 1,550 yards.
I think it's the longest,
and it's
final
all
3
par 4s.
Yeah.
Holy fuck, man, that's gonna be crazy. But I don't know how good watching golf's gonna be on this course. I've kind of been reading that it's kind of tough, but I'm sure I'll figure it out. I'll have a couple sodas and be okay.
Yes, sir. Kyle, what are you betting on in this U.S. Open? You got anything in the oven here?
I was talking to my father-in-law about it. Like he gave me some, and like I don't know, earlier, like a week ago, maybe. You know, I was kind of Max Homa in the back of my head, but I've seen it everywhere on Twitter. So I think I'm going to be super square and
biggest liability.
Like I don't even know if I'm gonna bet it like pre. You know, I think I'm going to follow in Chris Duke's footsteps.
Whoa!
Maybe
wait.
I think I can get better than 1,000 to 1. Like maybe Thursday if he stumbles a little bit. But I just see Koepka. Like I think he's on a mission. I think he's on a fuck you mission, and I'm here for it. So I think I'm just gonna put my money on him and hope for the best. You know, maybe I'm honestly considering absolutely nuking him to win it and then just praying to God he finishes in like the top 10, 20 to make back that money in case he doesn't. So I'm still kind of figuring some stuff out, but yeah, like I'm thinking he's gonna win it. And apparently he shot a 62 today.
He's what, around like 12 to 1?
Yeah, somewhere in there. I
thought 10 to 1, but
I didn't bet Brooks just because I feel like you're late at this point, obviously. So I didn't bet him, but I did bet him against Rom for the tournament plus 130 to beat Rom. So
what is he against Rory?
I don't know. That's a good question. I didn't even get that far.
I'm gonna look that up right now. 1 point on the Homa. So yeah, that is a very popular narrative, right? Like, oh, he's from LA. Oh, he has the course record at this course. No, and he has not played well in majors. So how about Homa to miss the cut at plus 175?
Oh wow,
that's not bad, dude. Yeah, It's hard, dude, to do this. I do like that. I mean, I wouldn't even mind firing fucking Rory to miss a cut. Brooks is plus 125 against
There you
Rory.
go. This almost isn't worth it, but it feels like such a good bet. Koepka top 5 is 2-1.
Yeah,
I mean, he's got a great chance of
like,
winning, right? I mean, he's finished second and first at the 2 majors this year.
That's just a short number. I mean, even
It
before, and like, dude, he's been in contention forever and all these goddamn majors. He's got 2 U.S. Opens, right?
Yeah.
Yep. He does.
But this is a different. This motherfucker's scoreable, isn't it?
Well, that's what they're saying. They're saying it's scoreable. The rough's not like as nasty as other U.S. Opens have been. Now they have said it might be scoreable the first 2 days, and then it's going to firm the fuck up for the weekend. And so that might be tougher. Get guys to make the cut and then really test them on the weekend when the course gets hard. So we'll see. I mean, Chris, he wanted it said on the pod. Chris, and I quote, nuked over 271.5 for the winning score. So Chris is hoping for some chaos and a lot of bogeys. He's hoping
that
the
means
cut is
8 under
5.
or less, right? Wins.
Yeah, because what does this say? What's par?
280 par.
Okay.
70. So
I think.
Okay.
I think too, man. Like for a Brooks, like he plays better when the course is hard as shit. Or at least
Right.
he doesn't play better, but he plays better compared to other people when it's super hard.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's. I mean, if it's easy, then everybody's going to be able to fucking score, and that's not his forte. So I don't know.
Yep.
I'm looking at Phil right now on Golf Channel. He's looking good. Maybe he can finally complete the Grand Slam.
Yeah. At what's he at? Plus
Got to be like 80-1, right?
Oh, at least I bet he's closer to like 120. Phil's getting sued. Did you guys see him getting sued by the apparel company that he totally ripped off and copied their logo?
No.
His live logo. Yeah. So congrats, Phil.
That's
God, originality in the logo.
He's got 6 runner-up finishes in the fucking US.
That's unreal.
That's unreal.
Unfucking believable. But yeah, that's funny. I mean, he could probably just tell him to go fuck off because he's worth like half a bill.
Yeah, he's okay. Phil's doing okay now. I kind of like Hovland top 5. That's plus 330. Hov's playing great all year, and he's been right there in some majors, and just hasn't quite gotten it done. But he did get it done at the Memorial, and he looked really good. I mean, the knock on him was short game, right? And it just seems like it's gotten a lot better with him. So I might do a little. I don't know if I'm going to bet him to win, but I think plus 330 on top 5 is kind of cool. I'm also a little curious about some of the guys that are really under the radar. I feel like Justin Thomas has not played well this year. He could be worth a look because his value's obviously real low. And I think Hideki, I feel like no one's talking about him either. And he's another kind of really solid guy in majors.
He's been in kind of radar form, hasn't he?
Well, that's exactly. So that's what people they're just kind of forgetting about him. So looking at a couple guys like that are, I guess, sort of afterthoughts. Morikawa might be another one. I feel like it's all Scotty and Rahm and Koepka
Cam Smith,
and Homa. Cam Smith. I mean, God, you got to be able to putt to win these things, right? And he has that. So it'll be fun.
There should be a bet where will a live golfer win the U.S. Open? That'd be kind of sick. What do you think?
I know
Circa
had that
or something.
I think Circa had it at plus 240. Maybe.
Oh, wow. It's kind of a short number.
Well, I mean, you look
only
at
got 3
Cam
tries,
Smith.
3 bullets, really.
Who's the third?
DJ.
Yeah, DJ. That's another one that might not be a bad. Everybody's talking about Brooks, but DJ's won a U.S. Open too.
Ooh, this is a good one. Oh yeah, well, never mind. I thought it was the reverse. I was like, dude, Adam Scott's been kind of hot lately this season.
Yeah.
He's been solid.
He's been playing good. Some of the old guys, Scott and
Big,
Justin Rose.
Stupid putter.
Yeah.
Fucking moron.
Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait to just. I don't. How early do they start tomorrow? Does anyone know?
7.
Okay. Wake up, put on some coffee, not go to work.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave. I'm leaving my house around 7. I think it's gonna be an hour drive up there. So
yeah,
I'll be listening. I'm fucking stoked, man.
it'll be good. And yeah, if any of the dads fire anything, tweet that out and see if we can. I mean, we had a great 2022 in majors.
Yeah.
So see if we can fire out some winners and maybe an outright. We'll see. I know I won't. I'm not going to pick any outrights because I will never ever probably outdo last year with Matty Fitz.
Yeah,
28 to 1. That was insane. Probably never happen again. But
I did one. And it's square as fuck. Scotty Scheffler, because he's played here before on like a junior and like an amateur team.
Yeah,
and they absolutely dominated. And I think Scotty fucking. If Scotty's on, dude, he's just a machine. If he's just in one of his things, he could lap the goddamn field. He could.
See if the dad can putt this week.
6-1 cock.
Morikawa was on that team, and then Rahm was on the opposing team in that 2017 tournament. So good shit. All right, quickly as we wrap up here, how about MLB 3-Strike Survivor? Was a ton of fun. Thanks to the Oakland A's for just completely fucking over our contests, winning 7 in a row and dishing out just countless strikes and eliminating so many people during this little winning streak. But it was fun. We're down to 2 guys. Friend of the show, Carl Haskell, in with 1 strike, and then Joe's buddy Carson with 2. He's living on the edge. They had the same pick yesterday. Yeah, they're gonna have the same pick again tonight. So actually, if the pick loses tonight, CH would win because Carson's got 1 extra strike. So it will end any day now. And
so if you're CH, you just try to figure out what Carson's going to be on and then fire that and you can win.
And it's interesting too, because a lot of them have picked this. They've both picked every same team just on different days. But I think there's one difference. I think Carson's picked the Giants and CH hasn't. And CH has picked like the Rays or somebody, and Carson hasn't. So we'll see when this thing wraps up.
But I think it's been cool as fuck. The Survivor. It's it's fun.
It was fun. I mean, shout out to these guys. I mean, Carl, he picked a winner using a different team every day for like 10 days straight. I just hope CH was betting his own picks and rolling it over every day because he'd be having a really nice June if he had done that. But it was fun.
Shout out Kelly in Vegas, fucking taking the A's. They lose and they haven't lost since.
And even when she picked them, they were ahead and going into like the 7th inning or something like that.
Man. Unbelievable.
So yeah, thanks to everybody who participated. We would love to do another one at some point in the future. We don't know when or what sport or what that's going to look like, but I would say this has definitely been a success. People were into it, and Joe's buddy Lyman accidentally picked the team that he already picked, so Joe can make fun of him for that.
He was at the A's game last night though, and I was jealous. I think that's cool as fuck.
Good for the A's fans, man, for their reverse boycott. You love to see it.
Let owners just suck your dick. There's 46,000 people there, dude.
Yeah.
That's
sick. They won again. Again.
In walk-off fashion.
All right. Well, in honor of Chris Duke, sometimes if you bet poop, you win.
A visit to the urologist.
You get 3 strikes and lose in the Survivor.